the one who cut through the fear of death. Arhatship in 7 days. Today I want to talk about a story that I find absolutely mind-blowing. It's about a practitioner who, upon learning he had only 7 days left to live, managed to transform the paralyzing fear of impending death into a powerful engine for enlightenment. This is the legendary tale of Kanha and his victory over the fear of death. What would you do with 7 days? First, let's consider a question. If someone told you with absolute certainty that you only had 7 days left on this earth, what would you do? How would you feel? It's a heavy question, isn't it? But this very question is the core of our story today. Yes, 7 days. Our protagonist, a practitioner named Kanha, was given that exact deadline. Imagine the shock. It was like a bolt from the blue. This prophecy of death terrified him instantly, plunging him into deep dread. But here's the miracle. It was this very fear that opened a superhighway to liberation for him. From great scholar to hermit. Before we dive into those intense 7 days, we need to know who Kanha was. His life path had already laid a deep foundation for this extraordinary week. He came from a prestigious background. His father was a great Brahmin master, and Kanha himself was a polymath, mastering 18 different branches of knowledge. He was a top-tier scholar. Eventually, he inherited his father's 500 disciples, becoming a renowned teacher. However, where there are many people, there is much conflict. Tired of the constant bickering among his disciples, he decided to leave society and become a hermit. He wasn't just a casual practitioner, either. He practiced so diligently that he attained high levels of meditative concentration and supernatural powers. The wake-up call, a yaksha's warning. Usually, a death prophecy marks the beginning of despair. But for Kanha, this immense fear turned into a fierce determination, a fire that ignited his final engine of enlightenment. Who told him? A yaksha, a spirit. The yaksha said, "You only have 7 days of life left. Why aren't you practicing harder?" It sounds harsh, doesn't it? But that yaksha was actually protecting him. He was once a fierce spirit, but after being converted by the Buddha, he vowed to be a Dharma protector. His way of protecting people was just very direct and shocking. At first, Kanha was scared out of his wits, falling into an abyss of pain and worry. But here's the turning point. He didn't stay there. He took that massive fear and ran to the Buddha for help. The Buddha's teachings were like a timely rain, transforming the raging fire of fear in his heart into a drive for diligent practice. In the end, not only did his worries vanish, but he extinguished all defilements and attained the stage of a saint. The 7-day miracle. These 7 days were truly incredible. Day 1. He heard the Buddha preach and immediately attained the stage of anagami, non-returner, an extremely high level of realization. The following days, he immediately requested to be ordained as a monk bhikkhu. He then practiced tirelessly, day and night, without sleep. Day 7. He attained Arhatship, full enlightenment. In just 7 days, he finished a journey that takes many people several lifetimes. How is this possible? The Buddha revealed the secret. It wasn't magic. It was the result of a universal law, causes and conditions. The mystery of cause and condition. To understand how he succeeded so quickly, we have to grasp 2 key words from the Buddha: the causes sown in the past, and the conditions maturing in the present. The cause, the seed. Think of this as a seed of potential planted long ago through our past actions, practice, and vows. This seed determines the ceiling of our future potential. The Buddha revealed 2 past life stories about Kanha. In one life, he was a lazy disciple, and his master, the Buddha's past self, told him he had 7 days to live. He was terrified into practicing hard back then too. During the era of Kassapa Buddha, he was a monk who kept the precepts with absolute purity and made a powerful vow to attain enlightenment in the future. These were 2 massive, healthy seeds that gave him a deep foundation in this life. The conditions: sun, water, soil. A seed needs external help to sprout. For Kanha, the conditions in this life were incredibly strong. First, the imminent threat of death provided massive pressure and motivation. Second, he had the incredible fortune of meeting the Buddha in person. Third, The Buddha gave him a personalized teaching, the exact medicine he needed. When these extraordinary conditions aligned, the seeds he planted long ago blossomed instantly. A mirror for our own lives. You might think Kanha's story is far removed from us, but it's actually a mirror for our own lives. There is a famous Buddhist saying, if you want to know the causes of your past life, look at what you are receiving in this life. Everything we experience now, good or bad, joy or pain, is not an accident. They are the fruits of the seeds causes we planted in the past. You might ask, but I don't remember what I did in my past life. How do I know what I planted? The answer is simple. Don't worry about the past you can't remember. Look at your life right now, your health, your work, your relationships, your state of mind. The totality of your life is the most direct report card of your past causes. Conclusion: seizing the moment. Ultimately, this story brings us back to ourselves. Instead of dwelling on the past, we should seize the present. Ask yourself, for the future I want, have I planted the right causes today? Am I actively seeking or creating the conditions that will help my seeds sprout? Kanha's story tells us that when the causes and conditions are sufficient, transformation happens in an instant.